What is happening, y'all? We are back with more with your host, your main man, Hudson Moore. On today's episode, we got a special one. Last Thursday, the official 2026 NFL season schedule has been released to the public, and to our Seattle Seahawks nation out there, all our Seattle Seahawks fans, we got our schedule for our reigning Super Bowl champs. So today's episode, after the weekend, we get to break it down and what I think our record could be and how I think each game is going to be like for us. So let's get right into it now. Okay, y'all. So, as I said, our season schedule has released for this upcoming 2026 schedule. And let me tell y'all, this is a banger. This is a straight banger of a season. We got six primetime games. And I cannot wait to break down each and every one of you. So, first game of the season, home game. We hang up that 2025 Super Bowl champ banner. And to face our first opponent, it's a repeat of the Super Bowl matchup. We got New England Patriots for Game 1. First Super Bowl rematch to start Week 1 in 10 years, in a decade. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Right now, I think this is going to be a dub. Right now, so I have us at 1-0. I know people are thinking New England's going to come back better because we all know come June 1st, Philadelphia is going to trade A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. And I know they're trying to fix that offensive line issue, especially with Will Campbell, how he looked during the playoffs in that Super Bowl, because, oh boy, he needs lots of help. Drake May is going to need all the help he can get on that offensive line. But right now, how I'm looking at this team, not a whole lot of improvement. Even if they actually do go with the trade and getting A.J. Brown, I don't think it's going to be enough. Even if they keep rebuilding that offensive line, we practically have 90-95% of the same defense personnel that we had last season. If anything, we just kept adding pieces, right? With Ryan Neal, Bud Clark, we have a lot of great pieces, and Dante Fowler Jr. as well. So I don't see any problems and any reasons why Patriots would give us any problems at all. It's going to be 1-0 right now against New England Patriots. 1-0. On to Week 2, away in Arizona Cardinals. Now, I don't think I have to go much into this. I mean, come on. Do we really? Arizona Cardinals. Yes, you drafted Jeremiah Love. Easily the best draft prospect in this year's draft class, without a doubt. He's going to be a stud in this league. But I'm looking at him right now. He's going to be a little bit of an Ashton Genty season. That kind of a rookie year for him. Because they just have no offensive line to protect him and give him any holes to run through. So I look at Jeremiah Love. He's going to have an Ashton Genty type of rookie year. And that's not his fault. None whatsoever. I mean, you can't run if you don't have an offensive line. You just can. So when we look at Arizona and how we massacred them, it's going to be 2-0. So right now we are 2-0 in the start of our season. There's just not much to Arizona. Sorry, Arizona fans, if any of y'all are watching or listening to this. I think you know that we know what we're talking about. So it's going to be 2-0 currently right now. Away again, Washington Commanders. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a repeat of last season's game against Washington Commanders. I hope not, for the sake of Jaden Daniels, because he's one of my all-time favorite players. I love this kid. But man, you still have, by the numbers, one of the oldest teams right now still in the NFL as far as personnel-wise. So when we look at Washington Commanders, yeah, you did pretty nice in the draft, but I just don't see it yet. I think we really have to start having conversation about Washington being contenders again until they get some more offensive weapons and more offensive playmakers around Jaden Daniels. Because Scary Terry McLaurin, he's good, but I don't know. He's getting up there in age. And Deebo Samuel, same thing as well. But yet Deebo deals with a lot of health issues. He can never stay healthy for the life of him, right? And you got old aging Zach Ertz as well. So as far as personnel around him, he needs more weapons. And until they get him, it's just not going to be much of a fun season for Washington Commanders and for Jaden Daniels. So, sorry, Washington Commanders. It could be a repeat of like what it was for us last season against you guys. So, I got 3-0 currently against the Washington Commanders versus Seattle Seahawks. At number 4, at home against the LA Chargers. Now, this one's kind of interesting. It's been a minute since we've played the LA Chargers. It's been a while. If memory serves me right, I think it's been about 3-4 years since we faced the Chargers, since we faced Justin Herbert. So, yeah, it's been a minute. And I look at the Chargers now. Yes, they got a bunch of tight ends, bunch of receivers, but I don't know. And I'm sure they're feeling pretty positive about themselves coming off of last year, how they did in the regular season. But Justin Herbert is not that dude in the postseason. 0-3. He looks like a top 10 quarterback, at times a top 5, but come postseason, seems to never get the job done. So it's hard for me because it's really been a long time since we faced a Charger. So I think just from how it played out last season that we beat them, or excuse me, not last season, but like 3-4 years ago when we faced them, we beat them last time, and how they looked last season going into the playoffs, and knowing us were the reigning Super Bowl champs, and this is a home game too, so I don't know how Justin Herbert is gonna feel really great, and that away game, right, with that kind of territory of the 12. So I'm gonna have to give it to us still. 4-0 currently for the Seattle Seahawks. 4-0. Week 5, at home again, San Francisco 49ers. Now, I'm not just going to say this just to brag to the 49er fans out there who are listening and watching. I'm not going to do you guys like that. You guys have been through enough these past 5-6 years, so I'm not going to do it to you guys. But we got to keep it a buck. We got to keep it 100. Now, George Kittle coming off a season-ending injury. Fred Warner coming off a season-ending injury. Nick Bosa coming off a season-ending injury. Is it fair to say a lot of your star players are coming off season-ending injuries? And a lot of them are getting up there in age, close to their 30s, if not in their 30s as well, and all coming off season-ending injuries. Right? Christian McCaffrey, yes, being the most improved player of the year. Rightfully so. But we also have to keep it 100. It looks like he's one play away from just having a catastrophic injury for another season. And that's not trying to me say, I hope that happens to him. I hope he stays healthy. I love him. He's so electrifying to watch, especially that 2023 season. It was amazing. But we got to keep it straight. I just look at 49ers right now. Yes, you got Mike Evans. I get all that. Future Hall of Famer, rightfully deserved. But he came off a season-ending injury as well. And let's not forget, this is not the same Mike Evans 5-6 years ago. Now, if this was the same Mike Evans that long ago, yeah, I'd be worried. I was not worried at all when they traded for Mike Evans. None whatsoever. Or excuse me, not traded, but got him in free agency. Not worried at all. Not worried. So I'm going to give us 5-0. Now, who knows? Maybe 49ers might give us a run for our money like they did beginning of first week last season. Maybe. But right now, how we're looking compared to them, our situation and theirs, give me 5-0 against 49ers. Now, first primetime game against the Denver Broncos on a Thursday Night Football. Oh, okay. I would really like to say, after what happened to them last playoffs, that I think we got this in the bag and it's going to be 6-0. But I think I'm unfortunately going to give them the edge. So I'm going to say we're going to be 5-1 and we're going to lose against Denver Broncos on Thursday night. I think that's going to be our one and only loss on primetime. Out of all our 6, that's going to be our only loss. And here's why. They led the league in last year in sacks. Now, I'm not to say their offensive line cannot protect Sam Darnold. Our offensive line has gone better so much. They've gone better so much. Seriously, nobody can deny it. We finished number 10 in the league. And we got everybody coming back. But I think this might be the game. We'll lose the whole of it. Like, it's going to be a small margin of a loss. It's going to be kind of how we lost to 49ers, LA Rams, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers last year. It's going to be either due to a missed field goal, we're going to have a sloppy mistake. Like, it's going to be a low-scoring game as well. It's going to be like 21-17. Like, I could see it being an all-defensive battle. Because you look at Bo Nix and their offense, they got nothing to work with. So, our defense is going to have a game for them. But for our offense, obviously, we have a much superior offense compared to Denver Broncos. But their defense is no joke. It's a top 3 defense. Number 2, number 3, however you want to put it. And don't forget it. Pat Sun, who is the former Defensive Player of the Year, will be going up 1v1 against Jackson Smith. And that's going to be that probably will be one of the biggest matchups at corner and wide receiver this upcoming season. Because you got the former Defensive Player of the Year and the reigning Offensive Player of the Year. So I think I have to give it to Denver Broncos. We're going to make some mistake. We're not going to go undefeated this year. We got to keep it at 100. We're not going to go undefeated. So I'd much rather have us lose a game early on than later on. So right now, I have us going 5-1, and I think we're just going to make some sloppy mistakes against Denver Broncos. Unfortunately, I just think we are. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. Now, week 7. All right, week 7. Sunday Night Football against the Kansas City Chiefs at home. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, against our former reigning Super Bowl MVP, Kenneth Walker Jr. Kenneth Walker III. And Patrick Mahomes. We're going to win this game. We are going to win this game. I'm telling you right now, I'm not even worried. This is not the same Chiefs team. No, this is not the same Chiefs team. I'm sorry, Kansas City fans. If you're listening or watching this, I'm sorry. We're winning this game. Yes, you may have our Super Bowl MVP. Yes, it's Patrick Mahomes. But let's also think about this. He's coming off a torn ACL, right? We know how to play Kenneth Walker. We've been practicing with this dude and playing with this dude for 4 years. You don't think we will be prepared for him? You bet your ass we will be. Excuse my language, but we will be. Your defense is just a hot mess. It's a hot mess. You lose Trent McDuffie. Chris Jones is just not looking the same, right? There's a reason why you got so many defensive players from this year's draft class, because you need help. And you look at the offense. Yes, Patrick Mahomes, one of the all-time greats already. But coming off a 20 ACL, we still don't know if he's going to be 100% all season long. And Kenneth Walker, we will know how to play him. Your offensive line is depleted, which was a big cause to Patrick Mahomes always getting sacked a lot last season. And your weapons around him, not just K9, right? Xavier Worthy, old aging Travis Kelce, Rashid Rice. And especially it's going to be here in Lumen Field in Seattle? Yeah. No. On a Sunday night? No. We're taking the dub. We are taking this dub 100%. 6-1, Seattle Seahawks. Now, Monday Night Football against Chicago Bears in Seattle. Now, don't get me wrong. Chicago's looking nice. And they got our Kobe Bryant. But I look at Chicago this year. You lose DJ Moore. I just do not see them having that much of an impact. Now, don't get me wrong. They looked really nice against the LA Rams. Come that divisional round, they looked really nice. But I don't know, you lose your best offensive playmaker from DJ Moore. And I feel like Bears are the team, they just have so much to fix. They have so much they need to work on. And I don't know where to start, but yes, Ben Johnson did an amazing job in his first year as a rookie head coach. But I don't know. There's just something about Chicago Bears. I feel like there's so much more they need to fix. Now, granted, they surprised a lot of us. And if it wasn't, for a couple of mistakes that they made during that divisional round against LA Rams, we would be the ones facing them in the NFC Championship. And that's just a fact. But I don't know. I'm just looking at Bears right now. They're going to have a little bit of a drop-off from last season. It's not going to be a little bit like okay, that was the standard. Now we're going to get better than that. I feel like it's going to be the opposite. They're just going to be a little below it. I don't know why. Just gut feeling. I'm not seeing it. So what do I have them at, right? So, excuse me. So, excuse me. Yeah, I have Seattle Seahawks 7-1. I lost my train of thought. Excuse me, guys, if I was quiet for a sec. 7-1, all right? Now, next game. Arizona Cardinals at home for Seattle Seahawks. Dub. Again, I'm not going to go much into this one. 8-1. Seattle Seahawks. Look what we did to them last season here in Seattle. Need I say more? No, I don't think so. And if you think I do, then just get off the channel and stop listening. Because, I don't need to explain myself. I do not need to explain myself. All right. 8-1, Arizona Cardinals. Next game, Las Vegas Raiders going up against either Fernando Mendoza or Kirk Cousins. Yeah, we're getting the dub. And even though it's going to be Las Vegas, we're getting the dub. What is there to talk about? Yes, you got Max Crosby. Filthy. Nasty of a boy. But there's just nothing. There's nothing there for Las Vegas Raiders to give us a run for our money. Now, yes, that probably could be the game where, in some weird speculation, it's like a kind of almost like how it was against the Tennessee Titans for us, or Minnesota Vikings. What was another game? Jacksonville Jaguars. Like, it could be one of those games where it's like it should be an easy dub for us. It literally should be like a 30-plus point blowout. But unfortunately, we probably underestimated them, and it came down to us having like a game-winning touchdown or field goal, right? So, but again, we're gonna get this dub. We just are. Yeah. 9-1 against Las Vegas Raiders. Now, we got our bye week at week 10. I'm very, very happy about this. I really, really am. No, excuse me, in week 11, we have a bye week. I'm very much happy about this. Right in the middle of the season, when we need to be, this is great for us. I'm loving this so much right now. Perfect timing for a bye week. So now, right now, after bye week, we are currently 9-1. 9-1, and I stand on that. I have no problem saying that out loud in public. 9-1. Now, first opponent after bye week, San Francisco 49ers and San Francisco. I'm going to say it's going to be a dub for us. I'm sorry, 49ers. I just think with the way you guys are looking right now going into this season, playing with a bunch of old heads, not drafting, but trading for a bunch of old heads, and obviously they don't do well in the draft. Yeah, I'm sorry, 49ers. It's going to be another dub for us. So I'm giving us 10-1. 10-1. And I don't think I have to explain myself anymore because it's going to be kind of the same situation as it is for us in the first time we meet you guys this season. So 10-1 against San Francisco. Now, Monday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Okay, this is interesting. This is an interesting one. It's been about 2 seasons since we faced the Cowboys, right? 2 seasons. I'm giving us a dub. But I will say this. I could see this, in a weird way, being the shootout like it was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Right? And I'll say it one more time. This could be the shootout like it was against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And here's my reasons why. We look at this offense. You got Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens. Those 3 guys alone, one of the top trios at quarterback and wide receiver duo. And I'm not saying our defense will allow that to happen. I'm just saying that trio is just like that. They're just that great. Now, who knows? Maybe our defense might just wreak havoc all over them. And don't get me wrong, it's in Seattle too. But I just look at Dallas Cowboys. I think it's just going to be that one game. Our defense is just going to let it slip up. You know what I mean? It's just going to be that game where they just allow 30 points. Not because they're bad, not because they're losing their edge. It's just one of those games because it's just that great of an offense. Kind of like how it is against the LA Rams. So, and for us, for our offense, I mean, you look at their defense. Yes, you got Caleb Downs. You got Quinn Williams. Yes, you got some nice pieces, but come on. It's your defense. Your offense is fantastic, but your defense was so bad last year that now you had to draft 2 rookies in the first round. So, our offense is going to easily put up 30 points as well. It's going to be like a 35-31, 38-35 dub. But I'm going to put it over us. It's going to be us. So I got us at 11-1 against Dallas Cowboys. That is just going to be a shootout between Sam Darnold and Dak Prescott. And that's going to be a fun Monday Night Football to watch. I hope to watch. I hope to go to that game in person. Out of all these games, Dallas Cowboys, that would be fun. That would be a fun matchup to watch. So now I got us 11-1. Next game, at home, New York Giants. Don't get me wrong, Jackson Dart coming off an injury, Cam Scatterboo, Malik Neighbors. That could be a very, very... Excuse me. I meant to say Jackson Dart not coming off a season injury, Malik Neighbors coming off a season-ending injury, then Cam Scatterboo, and then Jackson Dart. This trio, hey, they like that. This could be a very nice trio for the New York Giants for many years to come. But at home, against Seattle Seahawks, Jackson Dart in his second year, no. It's going to be 12-1 Seattle Seahawks. 12-1. We're taking the dub. I just look at the New York Giants. They got a nice team. And don't get me wrong, Avril Reese, easily the second best prospect in this year's draft at linebacker from Ohio State. He's going to be nice. But our defense is going to be much more superior, and our offense is just going to light them up. So 12-1 Seattle Seahawks. Now, what was this? Oh, yeah, the Saturday matchup. between the Philadelphia Eagles and us, the former Super Bowl champs. If my memory serves me right, which normally does, I think we're 8-9-0 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, we've been undefeated against them since 2004, including postseason. So, yeah, I'm giving us a dub, 13-1. And not to say that Eagles can't give us a run for their money. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be in Philadelphia and on a Saturday. But I look at the Eagles and I'm thinking to myself, we did beat them 3 seasons ago, right? In that crazy matchup with Drew Lock taking over in those last 2 minutes. So I look at the Eagles and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? They had a big fallout last season, especially getting knocked out in the first round against the 49ers. And I'm thinking they're trying to find themselves again. And all the question marks with their offense, their locker room, just all the complaining just nonstop, especially after they just won the Super Bowl. They're still complaining, and now they're going to lose A.J. Brown. I don't know what the future looks like for Jalen Hurts or Devontae Smith, and then Saquon Barkley. He didn't look anything even close to what he did 2 seasons ago, especially after last season. Only had 1,000 yards last year. And just 2 seasons ago when they won the Super Bowl, had over 2,000 yards. So I'm looking at and don't know, their defense can give our offense a run for their money. Like, yes, their defense, I will not be surprised if their defense holds us to like 21 or under. But I can see the same thing going for our defense against their offense too, especially without A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith. I don't know if he's really that guy to be number 1 receiver, right? And Jalen Hurts, I don't know. Saquon Barkley, after what happened last season, I got all the confidence in the world that our defense can keep him to under 100 yards rushing. And we're like on a 25-plus consecutive game run of not allowing the running back to have over 100 yards rushing. So, yeah, our defense is like that. So, I'm giving us a dub, 13-1, Philadelphia Eagles, just to keep that streak going. Undefeated since 2004. Now, December 25th, LA Rams in Seattle at Lumen Field. First game against them. On December 25th, Christmas Day. Whoever thought of this, you're diabolical. You are a mad person. And I love you. Wow, this is either going to be a Christmas miracle or you're about to ruin either Seattle or LA's Christmas Day. Because, oh my goodness, this is diabolical. They knew exactly what they were doing. Exactly what they were doing when they made that schedule. Especially Rams and Seahawks, easily the number 1 and number 2 team coming into this year's season in 2026. December 25th. Now, currently I have this at 13-1. That's right, 13-1. 13-1. Our first face-off against the LA Rams in Week 16 on Christmas Day. I'm going to have to slightly give us the edge over. Just in this matchup, this first one. Just because I think Seahawks really want to get this dub on Christmas Day in Seattle. Especially since it's the first matchup in the season against them. The first matchup. And don't get me wrong, it could be just like how it was either the first matchup it was last season or the last matchup or the third matchup. It can go all 3 of those ways. Any single one of them. All 3 of them. But I'm slightly going to have to give us over the edge. It could be another shootout, or it could be another defensive battle. But I'm giving us the slight edge over. So I got us 14-1 against the LA Rams. And boy, I'm not saying I'm going to be going to that game, but if I did, my emotions are going to be dictated by that game all Christmas long. Even with family, friends, presents, Christmas Day, my emotions are going to be dictated by that game's results. I'm sorry, I have to admit it just is. Naturally, it's going to be. It just is. But I'm going to give us a slight edge over. 14-1 against the LA Rams. You're taking the dub. First one in Seattle. And then, December 3rd, Week 17. Carolina Panthers. Hey, Carolina's nice though. They are nice. They had a hell of a run last season, especially that first round against the LA Rams, and they had a real shot to face them and beat them. But unfortunately, they cracked on the pressure because they don't have that experience, which is okay. That gave them a lot of experience. But in Carolina, I think it's going to be like how it was last season for us. But I think it's going to be even a bigger blowout, right? Because what was the final score of that game? I think it was 27-10, 17. Like, I think we only won by 7-10 points. But I could see us winning by 14 plus in the next matchup. I like Carolina. They look good, but again, that defense is just going to overpower Bryce Young. It just is. So I'm going to give us 15-1 in the season. Now, final game of the regular season, Week 18, in LA against the Rams. Sorry to say it, people. I'm giving us the L. We're going to finish the season 15-2, number 1 in the NFC West and number 1 in the NFC division. But we're going to finish it off with an L in the regular season. Sorry, Seattle. And I know you Rams fans out there listening are probably thinking the same thing. Oh, yeah, we're taking that dub. No, we're going to take the division. We're going to take the conference. But we're going to take that L on Week 18 against LA in their home territory. And again, I can see it going all three ways. It could be a defensive battle, a shootout, or just because of a lucky play like we had in that 2-point conversion. But I'm giving us the L. I just don't see – I see no scenario where we go 2-0 against the Rams. I don't see no scenario where we go undefeated in the entire NFC West division. I don't see it. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't see it. So, to recap, I got us going 15-2. Number 1 in the NFC West. Number 1 in the NFC. And we're going to go all the way. Hopefully. I'm not going to jinx it, but hopefully. 15-2. Number 1 in the NFC West. Number 1 in the NFC. We get that 1 seed. But unfortunately, we take the L in the last game of the regular season. That's what I have all for us today, folks. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. And to all Seahawks fans out there, make sure you really comment down below what your thoughts and feelings on this. Because, hey, I stand by this. 15-2. So let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And we'll be back with more next time.